toting them. Keep going, big guy.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 1, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Vinatieri's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Henry. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Attack. Switch up. Mike's
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Hey, 43. Hey, 58 is a Mike. Go soon, fellas. Let's go. Screen. 58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. Here we go.
Mahomes going to throw. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and through, and it's now 13-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 27, Brissett. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. From the 38, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brissett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He's got a man complete. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 42 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. On first down, Mahomes. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Hey, 57. Mike 50.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes flushed out right. He'll run it. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
15.
Mahomes now on first down. It's Kelsey on the grab. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He will push his way down to about the yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Now talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Yellow. Squeeze, double up. I don't need to. Hey, check my 50, exit. 50, check my 50. Conflict. Go Mike 50, Mike 50. Get him. Yellow. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again.
Charlie. 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Are you getting a headache? 58's the mic.
Mahomes going to go on fourth down. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Brissett. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They run it with Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On second down, Jacobs. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
53, check 53.
On third down, Brissett. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and the return across. Midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Yellow. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
58 to Mike, 58. Easy.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Butker on for the PAT. And that one puts them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been. He's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll run on first down. Jacobs, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
He's checking.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Brissett. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. Come on. You don't want me. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Small. 58, right there. You don't see me in your nightmares, son.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And all the way down to the 35. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. And even 40 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
36. Hey, switch gears.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
37-yard line.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
58 for Mike. Check.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete.
Mahomes pass. Intended for Travis Kelce. Incomplete. Malik Hooker on the coverage.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This from 54 yards away. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready? Check. 59. Cut. Watch the safety.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. Brissett now. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. We're back now in KC. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A first down throw for Brissett. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll run right here with Jacobs. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Throwing. Brissett going for it all. And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Hey, tight, throw it on. Alert 3. Slam, slam, slam. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Here's Brissett. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Now here's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Rolling to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Here we go.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And it's caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Brissett now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. Ebron with it over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Brissett. Got it complete to Rodgers. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Brissett. And he's got Rodgers. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run the play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Brissett looks to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Brissett. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly...
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Get ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime, a 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
On 3rd down, Brissett looking for Campbell downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Brissett. And this is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Second down. It's Thompson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And another timeout taken by the Colts. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And he got it! The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Chiefs, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the calendar changed. October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Time to bring the bass bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, Going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she love to call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss it. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-Lo, time to bring the bass bird.
Today's a work day, gentlemen, and you know what that means? We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to work? I'm ready to work. Are you ready to work? If you are, then go out and prove it to me. Show me what you got. Ready.
By the nighttime, it took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
What you wanna give, how much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath
Okay, Coach, thank you. We've got clear skies and brisk temperatures. You know what that is? That's perfect fall football weather here at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Set, ready? 30 base. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Ricky. Head up.
First carry for James Conner. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready? 70. Indy. Let's go one more. Get it.
On first down, Culver. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On second down, Conner looking for space. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to Conner here on first. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down.
Looking to throw on second down. Culver. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Check 43. Check 50. Check 50. Hit it.
To throw on third down, Culver. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the post.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing Jones. Looking for Shepard deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack by Robert Quinn.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now Jones. And Ingram holds it in. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Right there, 55. They can't hang with that.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On 1st and 10, Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Go out.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw, Jones. And he's got it, and he couldn't quite get. They're tackled down at the 1.
1st and goal, Giants.
Got it. 55, Mike 55. He don't know no better. Check 37, check 37. Ready?
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Aldrick Rosas on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Giants 7, Steelers 3. Aldrick Rosas to kick off for the Giants.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Hey, wahoo!
2nd and 4. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
I'm coming after you. Hey, Charlie. 5.
On 3rd down, it's Conner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Culver into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
18. You must get tired of seeing me. Hey, echo. 26 months. Been long enough.
Now Jones. Throwing on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devin Bush. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Recon, 132 fighter. Now.
The toss out to Barkley. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gonna throw deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Culver, and that is incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the run is Connor. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Yeah, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. And what they're challenging here is the spot of the ball, and this is probably the hardest challenge to win.
So difficult because the speed of the game, the angles of the cameras, your angle from the sideline watching the play can often fool you into thinking that the ball should be placed in a different spot.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Give them an even 20 yards there on the pickup as a fake punt fooled everybody. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
61, Matchbox White. Hey, Alpha. Right there.
from the gun. Culver. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Strong right.
On the counter, it's Connor. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 24. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a short gain here down to the 22. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. On second down, here's Barkley. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Check.
Ready.
On third down, Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Switzer on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, they're in the second quarter at Lambeau. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now Connor. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
High 7.
From the 31, Jones. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
Jones on third down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Let's go. 10 over.
First down, Giants.
What tight end?
Hey, Zoo.
Here's Jones on first and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
26 Mike. I got you.
Jones now. Going to throw again. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A first down run by Barkley unsuccessful as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on first and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Throwing on first down. Culver. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Trey Boston. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long.
Hey. Hey, Haywood!
It's a party now. 26 Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right up.
Looking to throw. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run with Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
26 Mike. Check girls.
On 3rd down, Jones. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23.
Hey, C6. 26 Mike.
Hey, tight them.
Ready?
Now Jones on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free.
Hey, watch it.
On second down now, Barkley.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. 3 down. 3 down.
Back to throw. Jones. He'll buy some time right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kareem Martin able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this 3rd quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's bring it. 25.
Looking to throw. Culver going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, Culver. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Culver. And some room to maneuver. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Culver. And an alley to run. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession, though.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. From the gun, Culver. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. On first down, Culver forced out to his left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 8-yard line.
Here we go. It's 60 yards.
Come on, let's go.
5.
Looking to throw. Culver, screen pass to Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And that will cut this lead down to 25. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Giants on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
Hey, lock it.
Switch. Jack.
Again, it's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
On 1st and 10, Culver. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54.
Throwing on first down. Culver. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw. Culver. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I mean, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Culver. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Hey, high 7. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Culver. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
You draw Porter.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On second down, it's Connor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Trying to get the first with Samuels. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Set, go. Yes, yes.
Be ready, be ready.
Go, go.
On 4th down, Culver. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
90.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.